almost for a Heisman Trophy. Still much more of a runner than a thrower, but has plenty of arm and is capable of making the big throws downfield. And don't underestimate his ability to think the game. Remember, he's the son of a coach.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Miles Sanders, first carry of the game, and he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. They'll try and run for it with Sanders, and I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. Going for it with Sanders. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football.
Well, short of them returning it for a pick 6, that was about the worst start you could ask for in this one, because your advantage of getting the ball first is gone, and they're set up a short distance from your end zone. Now you're counting on your defense to prevent a touchdown, and your offense, you better be ready to come out swinging on the next series.
And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. 13 yards there at a Niner first. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense, because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
On second down, McCaffrey. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Purdy now to throw. Oh, I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there, as that's batted down and incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit, because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And the 39-year-old veteran puts it right through, and the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. Well, it's not the touchdown that they wanted, CD, but still, they got to be pretty happy here. You steal the ball away from them on their opening possession, and you turn that into the early 3-0 lead.
Yeah, you painted the picture perfectly there. All the things that have gone on, and the important thing, other than the lead, of course, is as you described, both sides of the ball now have some momentum.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. Their second drive here, the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick.
Well, Sanders has it pumped free, and now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. And now, meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. McCaffrey running up the middle. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defense in front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Purdy will set up to throw it here. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Christian McCaffrey, an 8-yard touchdown run. And they are able to add on to their advantage. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
And it's no good. He misses the PAT, so file that one away. Could eventually loom large here as the night progresses. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Play action. Here's Hurts. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Gibson. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football.
And partner, I think this is where long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack, because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Purdy. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Throwing here, Purdy. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That's a first down with a cherry on top, 31 yards.
When teams practice their plays during the week, they're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game, and they hit that one there for big yardage.
So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Purdy to throw it on first down. That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco. 10 yards on the touchdown pass as his guys are able to extend their lead. Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it. You think he was really ready to get that first touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described. Big-time arm right there, and let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks used to be pitchers in baseball. The fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw it there.
This time, the extra point up and good. And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Solid return. Pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Now they're a little further behind the 8-ball after the interception led to the touchdown. So a 2-score deficit here, 1st and 10. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at about the 32. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this one is incomplete.
And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
To throw again on second down. Hurts looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. On 2nd and 9, Hurts. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
That's going to be caught along the sideline, and what a job of keeping his feet in bounds. They say that's a catch. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They go back to the ground with Sanders. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Another run with Sanders. And he's going to get back to the original line of scrimmage, but that's about it. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Like what I've seen so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
And it's a fumble. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line.
Hey, I'm all about defense forcing plays and getting takeaways. But an interception and 2 fumbles in their last 3 offensive possessions.
Time to readjust?
Yeah, you can't just give all the credit to the defense on that. They've got to look in the mirror and take a blame themselves and figure out how to not do it anymore.
And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 44 yards rushing for him now to this point. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Here's Purdy. On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Well, touch and time here critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Purdy off the play fake. Completes it to Samuel. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
Well, they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Now a draw play to McCaffrey. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Eagles. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having 2 hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Hurts fires the quick slant. A.J. Brown's got it. The Eagles on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Hurts sets up to throw it. Wide open is Watkins. He's got it. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. And one more time, that's Watkins. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Quez Watkins, 43 yards. And the Eagles are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
As they began this last drive, things weren't exactly looking up for this offense. But after what they just did, putting the ball in the end zone, that took them away from the brink of possibly being knocked out of this game.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that trims the lead down to 9. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Brandon Ayuk now from his end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. A good job in the passing game. Decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
And you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
They go play action here. Purdy taking a shot for Samuel. And it's knocked away and incomplete. 1:55 left to go in the first half of play. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Play action. Now Purdy. Rolling to his right. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
That looked great when he first took off because in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. The Eagles coming out as they get ready.
As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime. If you're a good football team, you spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Hurts. It's tipped, but it doesn't matter. He still catches it.
Touchdown, Eagles. Zach Pascal, 25 yards for the touchdown.
And the Eagles have cut it back within a score. So it takes them just 3 plays here to find the end zone. And you remember, of course, this was all set up by their defense.
Yeah, they got the stop on 4th down, so I imagine the offense said to their defense, thank you very much for this great starting field position. And like you said, 3 plays later, they're in the end zone.
Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead is down to 2. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Ayuk to return it from his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The 49ers ready to set up shop again offensively. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Looking to throw again on second down.
Purdy, that's into a crowd and intercepted.
Darius Slay with a pick.
And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football.
Well, this is something we've seen before, partner. We've seen a defense bait a rookie, pretend to leave a window open, and then the defensive back jumped it as soon as the ball was released. Big-time play. They love taking advantage of the youngsters, and in this case, it paid off well.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving them a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and it seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Ready? 50, 50.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts.
Touchdown!
Jalen Hurts finding A.J. Brown. And the Eagles will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. That could be an important swing right there. A touchdown in the final minute of the half to take the lead.
And I like the point you just made there. Could be an important swing because now that they have the lead, if they can carry that into the locker room at the half, they'll feel really good about what they accomplished in the first 2 quarters.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead is up to 5. So that drive, 4 plays.
And it's capped off by an A.J. Brown touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Ayuk to return it from his end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Well, the Niners going back on offense now late in this first half. With a slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's got some space here. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to...
And Hurts is intercepted. His 3rd of the game. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the 49ers are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interception.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury.
And the Eagles are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them?
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by James Bradbury. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've come to half. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime.
Both these teams, no doubt, making their final halftime adjustments as we speak. And for the call of the second half, we get it back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. No return for Ayuk. That'll be a touchback.
There he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And, Charles, I mean, look, you don't bench a starter of his caliber, but 4 first-half interceptions. How do you handle it from here?
Well, the easy thing is right away you try and run the football, take some pressure off of him, but the defense understands that as well. My second thing is give him throws that are safer, throws that he's confident in, the ones that he likes to make, and that way you try and get his confidence back up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Purdy looking to throw. Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
Purdy with it on 3rd and long.
And my goodness, another interception.
And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football.
And you have to wonder, Charles, in a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because
touchdown, Eagles!
Jalen Hurts finding A.J. Brown. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Elliott on for the extra point. And it's no good. Oh, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
Ayuk to return it from his end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped it to 14. San Francisco set to go on offense once more.
They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down.
And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started.
No gain on the play. It's 4th down.
On 4th down, here's Purdy.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And that will force a turnover on downs.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
Hurts a handoff to Sanders.
5 yards will get them back to the original line of scrimmage, but now they're looking at 3rd and 10.
They'll fake the give to Sanders. Now Hurts going across the middle, and Goddard's got it. Touchdown! Jalen Hurts on target to Dallas Goedert, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive.
And the drive was all finished off on the touchdown catch by Dallas Goedert.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Ayuk to return it from his end zone. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Purdy now to throw.
They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. That's caught. It's McCaffrey again. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he loses the football a second time. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half, and down 3 scores. A lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield.
On 1st down, Hurts.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Well, number 1 on the list of things not to do when you're up 3 scores in the 3rd. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review of the play, ruling on the field
that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Throwing is Hurts.
And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They'll run with Sanders. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Once again with Sanders. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. And that is off the left upright. It's no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
Ayuk to return it from his end zone.
And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. 3 quarters have come and gone. Back now here in Santa Clara. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Back to throw, Purdy. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel.
And now here is another interception. Picked up by James Bradbury.
And the Eagles are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Here's Hurts to throw.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jason Verrett.
And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber?
And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Hassan Reddick. And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
On 2nd and 10, Hurts. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. But their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Hurts throw taken in by Pascal. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Again, he'll drop the throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. There he goes right side. The 20. And into the end zone. A pick six for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
And he's going to get in for the score, and the lead now cut to 14. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Eagles dodge a bullet. They cover it up. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number.
And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And into the end zone, a pick six for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. They'll look to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. A very pivotal 2-point try that does not go their way. Now it's a big uphill battle for the rest of the fourth quarter.
The attempt was to try and make it a one-score game, right? Touchdown, get 2, and now you've tied it up. Instead, they don't get it, still down 10.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone.
And he's going to be out of bounds here as the run back will leave him shy of the 20-yard line.
Eagles set and ready for their next offensive drive. And the pick six we just saw makes things a little more interesting. Still, though, a 2-possession game as they control their destiny in this fourth quarter. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at their own 19-yard line. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson.
And the Niners are going to take possession of the football.
So, my goodness, I would have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field, where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
San Francisco's offense returns to the field. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores.
The broken tackle could not free him as he's brought down at the 10-yard line.
7 yards left for second down, ball at the 10.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And across the chalk, into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown.
Christian McCaffrey,
his second touchdown of the night.
And the 49ers have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
Nice execution there. Good job by the O-line getting him in for the second time.
And you always have to start with credit there when you're having a big game. I mean, you don't get there by yourself. That's rare. But how about the ability to see the proper holes, pick the proper place to go, and find his way into the end zone?
Gold with the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand-new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. 50 yards on the ground for him so far. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Play action. Here's Hurts. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Goddard. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 39. The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a 1st down. A give running left. It's Sanders. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Another run here with Sanders. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. From the gun, it's Hurts. That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 18. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And they take a knee. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. 49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down. Running right, here's Sanders. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up 4th down.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game.
And that touchdown, Charles, with very little time remaining, boy, it just sucked any energy and momentum out of the other sideline.
Yeah, take an incredible comeback in the final minute to bring this one back to even. A great series there offensively. It's all an opportunity to slam the window shut.